Well, I tried mixing it together and it seemed all right, reasonable. It's a little bit on the wet side, but you know, once it's whacked into a pot. So let's start this again now, and I don't know what we want to do. We want finer, less of the chunky polystyrene. So let's try fewer big beans. I don't know if that's the way to go. So we'll try fewer big beans on there, because they're sort of incompressible. Now if that was fine polystyrene, we just add the same amount of sand and that would be fantastic, you know, as we think. So the idea is when we add the perlite, we just do the same thing, because perlite is incompressible as well. I don't know, so let's try. Well, since the intermediate grade is on the way to being the same size as that, maybe that's the way to go. But now we're having 750 of this. We're doing it in the opposite way round of if we used with a fine polystyrene. So the ratio is round the other way, basically. Now maybe we should add our sand first before we add the water. So we get our sand, and we'll add it again, and I'll add the same crawl again and see how we go. I'll probably have to go to a new bag after that. Nearly there. Okay. Right, so we got our 1200 mils of sand, which again seems like we're overdoing it. So again, a case of mixing it around, I think. Make sure we are in shock. There's nothing worse than, as we say, being out of shot, talking about stuff we're showing you and you're not actually seeing it. Yeah, a bit harder to mix in this way. Maybe I do need to add a little bit of water just to get it started. Hang on. Let's start off. We'll do the container, and then we'll add half of it to get it going first of all, if we can get it going. Mainly to stick the poly in here, make it stick. Okay, so we're having more perlite than poly, so we got more room for the red organism to grow. If you think about it as little cubby houses for the organism to go in. Okay, looks like it may be the way to go. The other. Okay. And the rest of the water. Almost the rest of the water. It's better, fellas, but it's not ideal, is it? I think the fine polystyrene is definitely the way to go, but it's just too much of a chore. So maybe it's a combo. You've got to put fine poly and this thing together, and fine perlite with intermediate grade perlite and fine sand with grit. I don't know. Would that be the way to do it? I don't know, fellas, but it's harder than you think, all this. So you can see why in the old magazines, the old CPNA and all those other stuff, why people were just making all sorts of mixtures going all around the place. But that is strange. Adding stuff and actually making it get wetter rather than drier. You're adding our sand and it gets wetter rather than drier. So normally when you add sand, it becomes drier, doesn't it? That was really strange. So anyway, I'll add this to the container and then I'll just use it as a general bucket. I should have now a bucket load, and I'll put in my formula with my copper and we'll just try it. See what happens. If the sand goes pink and the plants start to grow really well, it will give us an idea that we're heading in the right direction. But geez, these soil mixtures with the sand are a lot harder than you think they're going to be. Anyway, so we'll see. Now let's mix it up with this one here, as we've still got 40 seconds on the card. And we'll just quickly see how it goes with this one. It certainly comes out the container all right. Be interesting to see which form of perlite the organism grows best in. The intermediate size one or the fine size stuff. Okay, hopefully there's enough poly in here now to generate the reductive vulnerable gas to keep the